finale, kids. We're going to pick Best Picture.
Oscars 2010.
Thank you for tuning in to the last episode of the Oscar Fix. I'm Eric, and this is JD from SceneStealers.com, and we're going to tell you who's going to win Best Picture.
Yeah, we are.
And you better listen to us, because all the other shit we said in the earlier episodes was tight.
And you can take that to the bank. All right, this year for Best Picture, we have 142 nominees. This is going to take about 4 minutes for me to read all of these, so I do apologize. I'll be reading. All right, we have Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, and Education, The Hurt Locker, Inglourious Basterds, Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire, A Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air.
That was 10 nominees, actually, JD.
I know, but I really like to make fun of it.
And obviously, JD's not a big supporter of the Academy's decision to expand to 10 this year. The company line, I'll let you know what it is in case you don't already know or you don't already know. Last year, 5 nominees didn't really represent what maybe the kind of where the public was at. The Dark Knight and WALL-E were big, huge commercial and critical successes, and somehow didn't get Best Picture nominations, while stuff like The Reader snuck in because of the Weinsteins. Anyway, they've moved it to 10 Best Pictures, and they've got Up, so they've got their animated. It's the first animated feature nominated for Best Picture since Beauty and the Beast in 1991. So that's only the second one ever, so that's really cool. And then also they got their sci-fi, and they're in the form of Avatar and District 9, which is really cool. Ironically, if they would have kept it to 5 anyway, Avatar would have made it in. So it turns out that maybe it wasn't such a big deal to do this, but you have other feelings anyway.
Well, it's a very thinly veiled excuse to put nominated for Best Picture on 5 extra DVD boxes this year. It's really sad and pathetic that... Now, I do recognize that at a certain time in the Oscars history, we had many more nominees than 5. But the question is, do we have 5 Best Pictures? Do we have 10 Best Pictures, really? Or are we pushing that in an effort to sell more Doritos and try and increase the stock of the Oscars as an advertising function?
Well,
to have people pay more money and advertise because they think they're going to get the audiences who are fans of films like The Dark Knight and WALL-E and The Hangover or anything else that sort of has gotten some attention this year, and The Hangover is not nominated here, obviously. But in terms of the audiences that they're trying to reach, it is a very thinly veiled and completely ludicrous suggestion to say that they want to expand it to let more great films in.
But you mentioned DVD boxes. What about ratings for ABC? Do you think that's part of it?
It's absolutely about selling this television program. It's not about the Academy and having its center really.
You know what else is going to sell this television program this year? No Best Song nominees will be performing live.
Wow.
0. Now, I'm applauding that because I don't like any of the songs that were nominated this year. But last year, or 2 years ago, I would have liked to have seen, I would have been pissed if Marketa Irglova and Glenn Hansard weren't able to perform their song from Once. But that's a rare song in a year where most of the other ones are songs that ran during the credits. That song was central to the movie and was also an amazing tune. Of course, you get Elliott Smith, Bjork, and Amy Mann from the last 15 years, but that's not happening this year, so I guess I'm not whining about that. What I am pissed about is that the Lifetime Achievement Awards were given out already, so we didn't get to see Roger Corman get an Oscar. And how amazing would that be to see Roger Corman, the guy who brought up Ron Howard, Jack Nicholson, Scorsese, Coppola, I mean, all these guys who got their start with this B-movie king, getting an Oscar for, these trashy films and being like a school for people to learn about film. Anyway, we're not going to see that because they gave that away last year. So,
and I know that I'm foolishly idealistic to think that this one thing can't be touched by sort of grotesque commerce. You know what I mean?
Why do you care so much about award shows? That's what
I don't care so much
me.
about award shows. I care about this award show, and I care about it because I love film and I love seeing Roger Corman get a Lifetime Achievement Award. I like that moment because for me, as a film fan, it's what proves that when I make fun of the Grammy Awards, I need the Academy Awards to still be good, right? To still actually have some weight and some credibility.
You know,
as far as I'm concerned, the 10 pictures, throwing the music out and et cetera like that. These are moves that are being made by producers to try and sell this program and sell more advertising. And frankly, the Weinsteins get a slamp Best Picture on as many things as possible, and everybody else, but I like to say the Weinsteins just because it's fun. But in my opinion, that's what's happening here, not a necessary expansion to say, you know what we had this year? Were 10 amazing films that deserve to be in this category. Proof positive, District 9 is in this category. Even though I liked that film, that is nowhere close to a Best Picture.
Well, neither is The Blind Side, but let's move on. So here's what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about who's going to win, and I'll just briefly describe the way that they're going to choose Best Picture this year. It's a tiered voting system. So instead of somebody having a ballot and choosing one winner, and then the one with the most winners wins, they have to rank them from 1 to 10. Yeah. So if you have a niche movie like Inglourious Bastards, chances 0. I don't think ever we're going to have like a weird winner anymore. I think it's always going to be the most mainstream winner every year for the Oscars, because this tiered thing, they take out the bottom one and then they take out the next bottom one, and they add everything up, and whoever has the most votes and the most weight on it wins, you know. So if Avatar is number 2 on everybody's list, it's going to win Best Picture, and that's why I'm predicting that The Hurt Locker is going to win Best Picture, because I don't want Avatar to win, and I can't stomach the fact that it would, although I would understand it, kind of what you were saying earlier. I think it may have more to do with the technical achievement and the commerce. Here's the thing. Titanic won because not only did it have the technical achievement and the commerce, but it also had the story that Oscar voters like, which is of historical importance and a period piece, okay? And a love story. Avatar has a love story, but it's not historically important, and they're blue people, and it's easy to make fun of and whatnot. So I don't think the Academy's really going to go for it as hard as everybody thinks they're going to. I think momentum is kind of turning away from Avatar and towards The Hurt Locker, which is this perfect little movie. Would I love to see Inglourious Bastards win? Yes. I don't think it's going to happen. It has the SAG award, but the Golden Globes went to Avatar, and the Critics' Choice and the Producer Award went to Hurt Locker. I'm going to give Hurt Locker the edge, and I'm going to pick that for Best Picture.
Sounds good to me. If I would actually prefer District 9 over Avatar. But no, that's not true. Actually, Avatar was a really interesting film. It pushed the bounds in a lot of ways of what filmmaking is going to be. Unfortunately for me, if that's what filmmaking is going to be, I'm not that excited about it. If I have to wear goofy glasses and sit in a rumble seat to enjoy a film, I think we've sidestepped the whole point of filmmaking entirely. You know what I mean? We've really jumped the shark, or blown up the refrigerator, or whatever it is we're calling it these days, right? We've done something that really damages, in my opinion, what it takes to make a great film. So if Avatar wins, the soul of the Academy is out the window, and we should all just buy a big box of 3D glasses and wait for the next technical marvel, but storytelling gets no nod. So in my opinion, if The Hurt Locker wins, it's a choice by the Academy to say, you know what, we put 10 movies in, we're really, messing with your whole vibe here, but in the end, what we really are here to celebrate is filmmaking and storytelling, and if that happens, I'll be very pleased.
So you were really excited then when Annie Hall beat Star Wars for Best Picture in 1977?
No, because I'm not a really big Woody Allen fan, and you know that, which is why you did that to me right there in front of all these people, in front of all these good people.
All these good people.
Yeah.
Yep. There you have it. That's it. Last episode. The Hurt Locker's going to win. So says us. So have a good time at the Oscars. We'll be watching. And arrivederci. Arrivederci. Brad Pitt. Inglourious Bastards.
That was a perfect image. That was great. Yeah.